Hey, what is going on, guys? Tony here, CCxRC, and today we're going to be talking about the Spektrum Firma. These are their 2-in-1 crawler motor ESC combos here. There's a 1400 kV over here on my right, and on my left I've got the 2300 kV, which I was going to put into this Ecto until Vanquish just announced that new Phoenix portal. And now this is going to go into that. So I'm going to save this one for a later date. It's going to go into my new Vanquish that's going to be coming in the mail very soon. This one's going to get the 1400 kV installed in it. And what's really cool about this is when you open up the package, you'll see that there's just one motor and it comes fully ready to run. It's got a power cable, it's got the receiver plug, and you've also got an IC3 connector on there, so you can plug it right into a battery right away and get it running. So I've already gone ahead and installed it into the Ecto, so we're going to open it up and show you. This Ecto has gotten some love recently. Just picked it up in order to put this motor system in here. And in doing so, I also upgraded the wheels and tires, and so it is now running the landmine tires. And these are some kind of, I think, just Endura wheels, but the tires themselves are the landmines. I really, really dig them. It's one, adds a little bit of weight, because what I felt like this truck was missing was some weight down low, but it has the 2-stage foams in it, and those 2-stage foams add some weight as well. So it definitely feels like it's more significant already having that done to it. So take off the lid. Already have a battery in here installed, but basically you've got your motor, which installs super easy. Literally 4 screws to drop out the transmission out of here, and then you remove the guard here over your spur gear, just a little shield. 2 screws take that off, 2 screws pop out the motor. You switch the pinion over. It should be a direct fit if you have a brush system in there already. It says shaft diameter 3.175 millimeters or 0.125. So 3 millimeter shaft basically on the motor. Basically the same thing as you get on a standard brushed crawler motor. So good to go, easy swap on that. This is running an 18 tooth. With that 1400, it's kind of slow. I'd probably want to up that a little bit more, but I didn't have a 48 pitch one that was bigger to install. So instead, what I'm doing is running 3S in here. It can run 2S or 3S batteries, can also run NIM packs. I think 9 is the maximum of the cells in the NIM pack. 6 to 9 is what you need for it. But up on the top here, you've got our on-off switch. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my radio over here. We'll turn on the power. Now, one of the things that I need to mention about this, it has a little program port here on the front of it. This comes with the sticky tape you need to install your power button. It does come with zip ties, so you can zip tie your cable up in there and all that. It does not come with a program card, and there is not a set button on this on-off switch like on some of the other ones. So what you're getting is you're getting a really good savings on this 40 amp ESC that's built into this 2-in-1 system with a censored brushless motor, 1400 kV. I love it. Nice, smooth, slow power you can get. And but what you don't get is some of the other features unless you have their card, their program card. I cannot go in and program this ESC unless I have a program card. You can't do the button clicks or any of that. You can calibrate it, which is as simple as holding down the on button when you first turn it on for about 3 seconds. It'll start flashing red. You release it, and we'll do it right now actually for you. So we'll make sure that all of our trim is set to 0. Our throttle is set to max on our radio. And then when we turn this on, you hold it till you start seeing red flashing. You let go, and it'll start chattering a little bit. So you go to neutral on your radio. Don't be pushing anything. Just let it sit, and you're going to push the on button 1 time. It makes a noise. Full throttle. Hit it again. Full reverse. There you go. you've now successfully calibrated your ESC to your radio, so it knows how much full throttle is and what the full brake is and what neutral is. You've made it even smarter. This is not a smart radio in here. It is not smart. It does not have the little gray cable in here, so it's not getting any information like that. They kept it nice and tucked and small in order to get into this 550 size with your ESC. There's just not room for all the other components at this time for them to be able to put it in. What you do get is a really, really smooth, I'm going to put my hand here to keep it on the other side. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. So to change this to counterclockwise, you would have to do that. So I just have to do it on my radio for now. Just set it. But you can see how smooth this motor is. And we're going to take it up to the track and show you guys some run footage of it. But I do have a 3S pack in here. You can run like 2S shorties in this, or you can switch out the battery tray. I want to keep it nice and tight like this, so that was the whole point of having such a nice system like this, is it just really gets rid of a lot of the clutter in there. So we're running a 3S Reedy 30-seat pack, running the stock servo still. And we need to get the V2 Spektrum card in here if we want to be able to change the rotation of the motor. If you get a more high voltage servo, you can also change the BEC on it. You can run it at 7.4 volts instead of 6, which is really cool that it has that feature. If you pull out your manual, you'll see all of the different programming options that it does have in here. Drag brake force, drag brake rate, LiPo setting, which I just leave set to auto. Changing again the direction of the motor if you want to reverse it based on how it's put into the car and things like that. So very important if you want to be able to change any of those settings. Luckily, most of them come in what I needed, except for having to reverse the motor. And if I put in like this Reefs Raw that I have here, I'd want to be able to change the BEC. So I'll be having to get a Spektrum card in order to do that. But I think that the price savings and the space savings are worth it. And you have a V2 card that you can use with all of the other Spektrum systems as well. But so nice how smooth this thing is at 1400. And it's still got enough wheel speed to get you out of trouble in a pinch. But anyway, guys, that's a quick look at it. The 2-in-1 system from Spektrum. I love this kind of a system. It does run that FOC, which is actually able to be turned on and off. In the manual here, it says that you can get rid of the RPM throttle matching. You can disable, which is what this is doing in order to keep a constant speed even as it hits an obstacle, which is, I think, super cool because it looks really good in video. So I'm leaving it on anyway. But if you wanted to turn that off, you would also need a program card to do that. So that is a quick look, guys, at this system. Very, very cool from Spektrum. Very similar to the Hobbywing Fusion one, although the KV numbers are different on these, so it may influence your choice one way or the other. But what I really like is my other one was a Hobbywing Fusion FOC, and it was 1200 kV, so even slower than this. I like that little bit of extra punch that I'm going to get and still be at the smoothest, really torquey end of the motors. And then the 2300 kV, which is going to give it even more speed for running my Vanquish, which I'm super excited about coming as well. But this thing's been pretty awesome. I'll tell you what, it is no slouch. Coming in ready to run at around 400 bucks. It's really, really tough to beat. And I love the body styling of this, and I actually think that the that new Vanquish kind of looks very similar to this, although it does have some like flares and things like that, and it looks more like maybe an FJ mixed with a maybe the front end of like the old Suzuki Jimny with like an FJ cab kind of look. I don't know, it looks really good. But now I'm just talking for the sake of talking, so we'll catch you guys next time. Have fun RCing. So if you have to use your hand.
Do you have a winch? We're kind of
I don't have a winch, so I just realized.
We have some straps. We have full straps. But yeah, we are I wouldn't say a heavy
winching club, but
That's where you have the little strap ones like that.
And since your truck does not have one on it, we would just count it as a winch. But if you did have a winch, if you have a winch,
Really? Is that how it's gonna be?
and it breaks,
Got a celebrity in the house?
Oh, so that'd be like a winch point right there?
have a winch because the prices go up.
Usually, if you go up the right side, it's a lot.
Does he sell them?
Yeah, you sell winches.
Have you seen Dave's shop out there? He could probably build that truck and walk out here.
Yeah, I can already tell the axles are going to be chewed up.
No, it's power. It's never actually packed pan. You paid again, didn't you?
about yourself, wondering how it could go so wrong, why you didn't call for help. But let me tell you about the trees and the seas, how it's all connected. The flowers and the birds and bees, the northern lights, yeah, we're all affected. So here's a reminder to look at life that's pouring into you. And so my friend, let me tell you once again, and you know that it's true. Forget about seeing it or hearing it, in the end you must feel. Forget about all you know, you need to go, it's okay to let go. Just let it go, go, go. Then you're breathing in.
Crazy how you're driving that.
Yeah, I have to get used to doing weird things.
All of your RC
Yeah, well,
rollers in the
I don't do it that often. Most of mine I have on that rugged.
Your 8x8, yeah, you don't have black discs.
you don't have locking discs.
That's not what you said before.
Well, it's why
Bonus points for driving this course one-handed.
Yeah, sure, and filming.
My brain can't think about that many variables.
Hell no.
Out.